Good morning, world. Okay, it's oddly very quiet right now. I don't know why. It's making me a little suspicious. Happy Lionsgate, folks. Are we ready for this or what? Okay, well, let me have a sip of coffee about it. It's the first coffee of the day. And I've just been laying in bed for hours. It's my new thing the last few days. A little bit sick. Nothing crazy, but just, I don't know, catching up. Hold on, let me have a sip of coffee about it. Let's, hold on. And it's garbage day, and the garbage truck went by, and it smells like death and ass out here. So I even put Tiger Balm in my nose. Because she's hot, you know, that smell. Yeah, let's cleanse the world. Okay, well, as I said last night, I always have a million things I want to talk about, but then when I go to film, Spirit kind of takes the lead. I don't know where we're going to go. Okay, let me speak up about it. Let me know. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so in my recent reading that I did, it was around the Circle of Fifths, and it was a two-parter, and it still keeps going, but whatever, I'll put another point. It all connects. This is the thing, Spirit just gives me a thread to follow, and it just keeps going and going and going. But what had come up was that I was talking about the yugas. The yugas are in 4 parts, and after I did that, I was like, oh yeah, what part of the yugas are we in? And then I realized, and this actually tied into the Circle of Fifths, because when I did the download, I had said, because there's a lot of musicality, that I said something to the effect of something ends on the one. But Kali Yuga is the first in the cycle, the dark period, as we can see. The great thing is that technically the Kali Yuga has ended, but I was listening to Sadhguru talk about it, but he was saying, think of it like a season. It's not like just one day on the calendar. It's like Kali Yuga ends, and next day it's Monday, and guys, we're good. We're into the next Yuga. We're great. All that darkness? No. It's a bit of an integration, isn't it? A gradient. So, I mean, there's a little bit of celebration. I mean, it is, we're into the next one. We're out, but we're seeing it. And so, this ties in to some shadow talk. We talk about integrating our shadows, healing our shadows, blah, blah, blah. Like, again, it's like, what does that even mean? So, the other day I was walking around, and in my own life, there's things within me where I have to be like, what the fuck, my guy? Like, what the fuck? You know, you catch yourself sometimes and you go, what are we doing? What is the goal? Like, why are we repeating something that is like not serving us? And I was actually just walking down the road, and as I was walking, and I was thinking about how also, I've said this before, but we come from power, we are power, and we'll return to power. And whether you call that power, God, source, you know, all the names for creation. But anything that exists, what is true is that, like, everything wants to be seen, heard, recognized, valued, but everything will fight you to the teeth, fight you to death, to save itself. Nothing wants to die, nothing wants to be integrated. So I was thinking about this, and then thinking about kind of, I wasn't thinking about my shadow per se, but I was just thinking about like the things that we get stuck in, the parts of ourselves where we're frustrated and we're like, what the fuck? And then I actually did see the part of, I don't like the term shadow for whatever reason, but we'll use it for the sake, the ease of use. But when I was walking, I saw, as it lined up to this particular thing I'm trying to work on in myself, or understand better, or whatever it looks like, and I would have, and it was very shadowy and pale, but it was me, from an age at a very particular time. And what I realized is that when we talk about, especially in healing communities and in the woo communities, it's always talking about, and we're really obsessed right now with fixing culture and cleanliness, like clean eating, fixing. It's never enough. We're always somehow too broken. But this aspect of myself, what it showed me is that, for one, we're all just wounds. Like, whether you study Carl Jung, but essentially we're all mirroring each other, but we're mirroring each other's wounds. And our significant wounds, they all happen in childhood. So, as I was connecting to this shadowy part of myself, and because I was trying to figure out this piece within myself to be like, why do I keep repeating this one thing? It's just like, it's holding me back. And what this part of me said was, it's just like, if you figure it out, like, you're gonna leave me behind, like, you're gonna abandon me. And there's the word abandon, right? Keywords, childhood, but it made a lot of sense. Because what it also showed me was that all of our wounds come from childhood, and this shadowy part of myself, like, was just like, they're the brunt takers. The things that we call the shadow within ourselves, they were all the little versions of us that were like the punching bags, They took all the hits for us. They're the ones that allowed us to survive. And because of that, what gets shadowy is that when you're dealing with stuff, and it can be from the small to the big, right? You develop coping strategies to survive the environment. Every animal on Earth will do that. And so I understood, where I was like, oh, like, you've already been punished. So, so many of us are just like, we want to eradicate. We see, again, we're broken, we need to fix, but it's about, eradicating. You don't even want to integrate the shadow stuff. You just want to get rid of it. We just want to be, again, just all light. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't work that way. As we've seen, Earth is duality. That's all Earth is. It's just duality. You can't have one without the other. As I was saying in my psychic experience talk, it's like, if you're looking for God, you're also going to find the devil. Using those terms lightly as well. So it really allowed me to have way more compassion, because, for one, also, it's like really realizing it's a child. It's little you. And to see that they're the sacrificers. The shadow is the sacrificer. Again, just think of it as a punching bag. They're your infantry. They're the ones that were the front lines that took all of the hits for you, whatever that looks like. And why they amp up when you're doing healing work is because there's this belief on that part of them, that part of yourself, that it's just like, if you heal, like, I'm going to be killed off, I'm going to be abandoned, and everything wants to survive. So it really allowed me to understand that integration is really just actually about being like, oh my God, you're just little me, and I love you, and I'm so grateful that you took the hit so that I could survive. And of course, you learned coping strategies to survive in those moments. So really, it was about approaching this with just empathy. And as a parent, I totally understand. I just see a child being like, I don't want to be left. Who wants to be left? But a child especially. How scary is that? If I imagine my son being abandoned somewhere and being left forever, oh my God. And so I leave that with you, with something to consider as you go on your own healing journey. that might be of use. And to be honest, what I said to this particular shadowy part of myself, because I could see it. It was 11-year-olds. It looked to be around the ages of 10 or 11. And I just was like, oh man. And then explaining to it that, like, me taking the driver's seat is really about being like, girl, you have paid your dues. You're not being punished for anything. In fact, this is a celebration where you're retired, but you get to hang out with all of us. We're going on a road trip, but you don't have to worry about driving. You just need to get to sit back and relax. Like, you've paid the price. Like, you get to enjoy yourself now, and no one's gonna send you away anywhere. But that being said, like, you don't get to be in the driver's seat anymore. You did. And thank you. Great job. Yeah, no punishment. You're not being penalized. You know? That's already your whole existence. So, and to be honest, it was very emotional for me. I'm not gonna lie. It was real tear fest. Because, and this is why I believe in the demonstrations. God, I've been in therapy my whole fucking life. Because of the trauma in my life, before there was therapists, I had social workers. Like, I've always been talking about stuff, and you hear these terms, and cerebrally, you can be like, yeah, okay, yeah. Even integration, but like, I'm not gonna lie. I was the same way in my approach of being like, oh, these things that hold me back, these parts of myself. And it wasn't until, like, literally seeing that part of myself doing those things, and then understanding why I was amping up. The more you do healing, the more that they feel like they're gonna be killed off and abandoned and punished. And all I can say is, you have to work out your own shadowy side, but from my end, I just saw a bunch of kids, and I know. I mean, I've always said, to be honest, I'm always the most proud of 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old me. Shit's been trying to take me out my whole life. That little peanut me, that protected my sister, protected my mom, stood up, went up against some real fucking dark men. I'm like, I have nothing but admiration for little me. I could not be where I am today for all the kids, the little kid versions of me that, again, took the brunt. So to understand that from a shadow perspective. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hope that helps. So I thought we'd start there. We are coming up to this full moon. Yesterday, I really felt it. I tried to do readings. I was bitchy from the time that I woke up until right before bedtime, and I did do a video last night. I did do a reading last night. I got one in. I don't know. I have to rewatch it. I don't know if it's... I'm gonna post... Oh, we're back to darkness. This came out. The shadow. But see, look. It's a little rabbit. This is what I mean. Once I understood that it's not demons, it's not demonic, it's not something broken, it's your little kid. It's you, as Peanut. That's what's in the darkness. And they don't want to be left behind. See? They're looking. They're saying, like, where did you go? Why did you leave me? See, that's the kind of shit that does make me sad, because again, I just see kids, I see my son. The purity. See? The two extremes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Our language. And think about who feeds us this information. It's not to say that we don't know that we all have trauma. We gotta work out some shit, but like, people make a lot of money off us staying broken, right? Pharmaceuticals, therapists, this idea that we're just continuously, but then also create the very conditions that keep us insane. I keep saying it. If you're feeling like it's crazy, it's because it is. None of us should be living and experiencing what is going on in the world right now. So if you're feeling a little bit off, that's a good thing. It means that your heart's intact. It means that there's something still critically thinking and being like, you know, the alarm bell's going off. This isn't normal. It's not normal. You should be feeling distressed. All of this is not okay. And this idea around purity. You can't have one without the dark. See, look, she's covered her eyes. See, she's scared of the darkness, but what she can't see is this little rabbit. Is this impure? No. It's interesting. I was trying to... It feels kind of barren and cold, but also not. But I do think there's something to be said about, again, our language, again, how we talk about food, clean eating. The church really loves purity, this idea of pure. And again, I feel like when we get, that's where I feel like the devil really loves to come in. It's in, because also when you think something's pure and that something can't get you, I'm like, oh my God, again, don't get jinxy. Okay. Do we want more cards, or do we want to start with that? Here, I'm going to keep it to those two. I think it's perfect. I'm going to keep there, but we are going to get the Kimikes. Oh, wait, no. First, we're going to go before the Kimikes. I haven't used the Green Witch Oracle in a hot second. So let's get that out. Get a little finger on the pulse. Okay. Call on the heavy hitters, crowd favorites, God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, the collective world who you working with, call them in. You know what, I was working a lot yesterday with Mother Mary. I do love Mother Mary, tag teaming with Mary Magdalene, the double M's. Yeah. So ladies, please join us. All right. What does the world and the collective need to hear right now? Ooh, the bee. Exactly. Community cooperation. Also, because the real big thing I've been moved by, again, I don't normally go on social media all that often anymore, but the last few days since I've just been hibernating and recouping, I've been on the social media. But it's been beautiful to see. I just keep hearing, what song is it? Oh, I can hear bum, 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 bum. Like something, we the people. And I keep saying, like, justice for all rise. The vulnerable shall help inherit the earth, like, all rise. Like, the world is coming together. It is a pretty terrifying time right now. Like, I don't think anyone could argue that if you're that comfortable that it's being lost on you. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's a beautiful thing to see people remember their power and to know we've been really spoon-fed the idea that, again, we're broken, we're not as capable, that there's only certain people that have access to things like divinity or the public sector, like creating policies. And, you know, as I've said, who are the storytellers? Who gets to sit at the table of storytellers? Well, we all do, but we've been so slowly plucked out, you know, and then we forget. Humans are very adaptable. We adapt to all conditions, but that means below the par. And we've been so below the par that now, below the par, it's an uprising. And to see people remember their humanity, to understand that the divisiveness was created by very strategic people, you know? And people are really making a lot of sacrifices right now. We all have a role to play. But again, going back to the front line, kind of the infantry, people who are willing to speak out and to be arrested, people willing to lose their careers, people to lose everything, to speak the truth. I've said this before. The truth isn't meant to make you comfortable. It usually doesn't serve you. Most truth tellers, you'll see it. It never serves them, ever. Hasn't been in my case, hasn't been in a lot of people's cases. but when you band together, and that's what's happening. And this is where we're seeing that gradation of Kali into the next yuga, leaving that darkness, stepping into empowerment, truth, integrity, humanity, your heart. Now more than ever, don't let the machine kill the dreams, you know? Don't let anyone take your heart away from you, your humanity. We're so desensitized. I keep saying it, you should be fucking freaked out right now. Your heart should be aching. If you can't find one story in the news right now that makes your heart weep, I don't know, man. Go back to the drawing board. We've lost an integral piece. I would rather be writhing in pain than forget how to feel. And I really do believe in us. And I say that as someone who's, again, I've lived through some dark shit. I'm forever an optimist. I know the power. Because we're the creators. We're all creators. We all have the same amounts of power. And when you band together, man, it's a force to be reckoned with. And just to remind everyone, art and life, where does one end and begin? If you're feeling hopeless, everything in art, love always wins. The light always wins. And I know that to be true. So when I see bee in community, and I was hanging out with the bee last night. I was hanging out at this little lavender. I found a beautiful, no, it was the echinacea that caught me first. The echinacea. And then I looked to the lavender, and this beautiful bee, and his eyes, he was really, I feel like we had him on. He looked at me, hung out for a bit. Yeah, like when we work together, like the world is for all of us. Like, I just can't stress it enough. Like, it does not have to be this way. We could all be having sweet honey. Like, every single one of us. It blows my mind. Okay. Roots. Healthy patterns, early growth. Roots. What feels like a death and an ending is the nourishment for other things to live. But again, roots, they're deep. You can't see them. What's this little guy? Oh, is that the original seed? Well, I love that it's healthy patterns, because we were just talking about that. See, I just feel like, again, the relationship between the two of what we call our shadow self and our other self, it's like both nourish your current condition. They both inform and give life. And when they can face each other, there's that homeostasis. It's when one thinks that it's not down there, you're both down there together. And it's contributing to the tree that you are right now. Exactly, bird, freedom. I'm telling you. We're all we have. We just have each other. There's gonna be freedom. There's gonna be liberation. It is gonna come with a price. I can't stress it enough. I believe in us. Because the thing that I believe in, absolutely. Again, when I struggle, yesterday I was just tearing strips off the spirit team. I was spice level 9 million. It wasn't even 9,000. It wasn't even 900. It was 9 million. But the thing that I never, ever waver on, even when I do not trust other things, it's always love. Love and the truth will set you free. Absolutely. I stand by it. Yeah, I just see soaring. I just see people soaring. I see you soaring. I see, again, liberation. Okay. Well, every little thing you do is magic. Let's get into it. I was gonna get the Kimmy K's, but we're like 25 minutes. Oh boy, here we go. We got the garbage truck. Well, at least maybe that smell will dissipate. Look, see? The sun. Yeah, we're gonna liberate ourselves. The Eight of Swords is that self-made imprisonment. Understanding how fear works. Oh, such a bummer that this truck's gonna come by and be so noisy forever. So sorry. I thought it actually already went by. I'm hearing kind of those football or like sport chants like 2, 4, 6, 8, here do we. I was gonna say commiserate. I don't think we've ever heard that in a sports chant. Commiserating. Yeah, commiserating. It's being able to look outside of yourself and see the suffering of others and ask yourself, would I want that to happen to me? If I were in that position, would I want other people to step up and to say, hey, that's not okay? That's what that Eight of Swords about. Again, we've been so groomed as a society, again, to fear authorities and to give them all of our power to be like they can do no wrong. From the churches to our governments to our judicial system to our education system. And we're right on this precipice. We're all about to break free. Oh, I'm hearing, I just got the shivers. I fucking love this song. Soundgarden's Rusty Cage. Oh, fuck, if you don't know it, go put that on right now. If you want to get fucking spiced up to seize the day and to be like, yeah, we're all gonna bust out these Rusty Cages. Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. Okay, we're all spirit. Exactly. We're the creators, we're the storytellers, we get to decide. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little bit loud. I'm so sorry. But what we can focus on, look how fucking cute this guy is. And again, everyone hates raccoons. When you live in a city, everyone's all fussy about it. They have ingenuity. They're cute, yet fierce. They like to keep to themselves. They're not really looking to cause things. Yeah, look, a new world. Oh boy. Yeah, the underdogs. It's the underdogs, we the people. It's the vulnerables. We get to not only inherit the earth, but we get to recreate it. We get to be the storytellers now. Be like, oh, okay, yep, backseat. You've been driving way too long. Love it. See? This is that flipping. Such an interesting way to depict the Four of Cups. And I've always said that this is the extremes of like, it's not even about half full or half empty. It's like this one, it was full. It's not pouring out though. Interesting. Yeah, doesn't want to let go. The black and white. That's what I mean by those extremes. Nothing's ever black and white. Okay, I'm just gonna put this on pause. Okay. But yeah, and to be honest, that's what I was feeling yesterday, that there's like, and I'd said it in really a download that I got way in the beginning of the YouTube channel, but it felt like the Wheel of Fortune was kind of, that these phases, again, the yugas, that it's like, it clicks into place and it stays kind of sedentary for a bit, and then it's like, chuk, chuk. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of upending that's very quick. But as we see, nothing's spilling out, so it's going to want to hang on, as they do. And a lot of people are going to be depressed about it. Oh yeah. If you've been running and ruining the world for eons, thinking that you're untouchable, this is the thing. Here's the thing. The micro and the macro. Whether you're dealing with personality disordered people or world leaders, whatever that looks like, people get really comfortable when they get away with stuff. And our world really allows for bad humans to get away with stuff. But what I also know to be true, just like love, is that, man, the truth stands on, what is it? Truth stands on two legs. Well, that doesn't, well, we'll use a table analogy. The truth stands on four legs. A lie stands on three. Basically, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how long it will take, the truth always gets revealed. Every time. The truth will never not be revealed. Just facts. You can cover up that shit, you could use magic, whatever, I don't care what it is. People can cover up shit. You may get away with it for a little bit. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's what we're seeing. Yeah, look at them. Yeah, all these dirt-kicking snakes, exactly. Oh yeah, now it's starting to eat its own tail, and that's what we're seeing. Yeah, all the narcissists of the world, our world leaders, who literally are, I swear to God, they all have some form of NPD disorder. And what's great is watching how they turn on each other. We saw it with Trump and Musk. Those two little narcissists hooked up for a hot second, as narcissists will. Oh man, narcissists totally befriend each other, but they're all self-serving. So if one turns, oh man, it's just like that snake. Oh yeah. And so we're going to start to see that as our institutions and systems crumble, they're going to start turning on themselves, which is also going to be delicious. Please do. Oh, please do, ma'am, sir. Love to see it. Yeah, the star. Yep. Some people are going to be boo-hooing. The people on top. The people who've been on top for a while. Yeah. Yeah, have a good cry about it. Yeah, maybe go do some shadow work, right? Go do some healing, like the rest of us. But we're gonna see. Yeah, it's a brown eye and a blue eye. I just did that reading about the old brown eye, blue eye. Anyway. Yeah, the micro and the macro always follow each other. So just think about how it is like a healing journey, where we are in the world's history right now. You know that place when you get into your healing journey where you're like, wow, I've been at this for fucking years, and I feel like nothing has actually really changed. In fact, I feel worse. It's always worse before they get better. Isn't what every therapist says? It always gets worse before it gets better. It's so true. So we're seeing the collapse and the downfall, both in the micro and the macro. Like, it's no coincidence that the cluster Bs were really kind of discovered and talked about in the 90s. Now, in the past 5 years, all of this research and studies going into NPD disorder, and everyone's talking about their experience, again, exposing. So while for a lot of us, we've had to go before others, and again, take the hits, not being believed, you know, all the things that go with it, just being decimated. It's not for naught. We're all being carried on the backs by others. And that's why when we do the work, when we can just do a little bit better each day. This is why I love Asha from the Yogananda tradition. She may be old, but man, she's very contemporary. She knows her shit. And I just love the fact that she's just like, you know, if doing a little bit better is like just not kicking in someone's teeth, if that's your normal go-to, and then you can just put a pause in it, like every increment. Because just think about allowances. How did the world end up this way? It's the death by 1,000 paper cuts, little allowances. When we make allowances, and it's the same with behaviors, right? When people treat us like shit, and it's usually very covert, like little things, little digs, little, you make an allowance here, you make an allowance there, next thing you know, you're fucking tits deep in some big time bullshit. Well, yeah, I feel like there's going to be a huge release. There's like a collective healing. And again, people getting their hearts back, people realizing that we've been spoon-fed. Like, I just consider it like the dollar store chocolate bar versus like a home-cooked meal from your grandma. You know, we've been spoon-fed shit that is not nutritious, does not serve our mind, body, and spirits. And there's power in love. This thing that the system, these people have been trying to, again, take away from us is like the things that are truly important, and connecting, how we connect to one another. And just imagine, again, I know I talked about in terms of like magic, but imagine if we used all of our skills and abilities instead of fucking killing, destroying, raping, starving one another, killing our planet, profit over the people. Imagine what we, like, sometimes I can't even conceive because we've just been hammered over the head to accept this, but I'm like, imagine what our housing would look like if we created from the foundation of like striving to be the highest and greatest version that we can be, and not to serve the self, but for all. That's why I cannot stress. My main prayer now is what I want for myself is what I want for the world. How could I not look at my son and not want all of the children of the world to know food, safety, water, protection, joy? And it's not just children. Children get the emphasis, but like the world does not give a shit about children for the most part, or the systems, right? We say it's about the children. If we cared about the children, we would not be allowing pedophiles, the pedophile rings that run the world. I'm sorry, the church, pedophile ring, as we're seeing with the Epstein list, government, all of these people. Hollywood, you know, very systems that say, oh, protect the children. The UN, oh, look into it, the UN too. Huge on the human trafficking, pedophilia list. There's a book written called The Natashas. It was written by a W5 reporter years ago. It's horrifying. We live in multiple realities. You know, I sit here drinking coffee. Meanwhile, as I sit, men, women, and children are being human trafficked. And it's supported by our leaders. It's just straight facts. As soon as you start to investigate, I've spent my life researching these topics because I have experienced these things. And once you experience these things, you usually don't want it to happen to other people. It makes you very passionate. And then once you start to follow that thread and you understand the numbers and how far that reach goes. But people have been saying forever, just listen to the victims. Listen to the men, women, and children who talk on these things, and we don't. It's gonna change. That change is gonna come. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I really do believe in us. Two of Wands. plant the seeds for this full moon. Moon's in Aquarius. The Aquarius is the outsider. So again, when you're on the outside, so that's why if you're an outsider too, if you're an outcast, an outsider, an underdog, we have a bigger vision. We can see the forest for the trees because we're not in the trees. And it's a lot easier to see what the fuck's going on when you're on the outside. Two of Wands, planning. Queen of Cups. Spirit, do tell. What is this? Two of Wands to the Queen of Cups. Oh. The Oracle. The Oracle of Swords. Wait, is the Oracle the Queen or the King? Come on. Can't quite remember. I need just one more to see. Oh yeah, the Oracle. Okay, so. Yeah, well, the Queen of Cups, it's the mind and heart, right? So when we plan and set these seeds, again, it's about including both. You can't negate one for the other. You know, that's why like science and magic, like mathemagical, like light and dark, yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine. It's that integration, you need both. Where they're both working together, you know? Yeah, the two sides. Because nothing is black and white. It's that oscillation between the two. I used it in that download using the example of the two notes when we talked about carnatic singing. You're kind of either sliding into one, but there's another kind of tremolo you do, so you're oscillating between the two notes. That's how I feel. That's what that balance is. That's what makes us human. It's our humanness and our divinity, right? Yeah, and then giving it up to Source. And I love this because I feel like this is kind of like the conglomeration of all faiths and traditions, their idea, but it's just like all together as one. She's wearing a snake ring. Yeah, the cosmological. We all hold the key. Like the idea of killing each other. It's so playground. Like, my dad is stronger than your dad. It's like, okay, my God's better than your God. It's like, my guys, my girls. Holy smoly. I don't know how we can have so much technology and be so brilliant, but yet be so daft. It hurts my heart. And what I think this also kind of depicts too is that, like, with the Hanged One, it's about a different perspective, but realizing that just when you think you know, you don't actually know. Our interpretations of what spirit, God is, like, more is always being revealed. And so that's part of that giving up. When you say, you know what, I don't know. I'm willing to learn more and to understand. And why I always say, like, it's unraveling a mystery. There's no solving a mystery, it's unraveling. It just goes deeper and deeper. You know, so like when I get these downloads, it's like the connections, they go everywhere, and that's why sometimes I just like have to put it to the side. It just goes on forever and ever. It's just like, yeah, the string, it's just like there's no end. It just keeps going forever and ever. There is no solving the one mystery. Oh, I just got Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. This is long. Yeah, a different type of reading. But I feel like we covered a lot of territory. I feel like there's some little gems in there. If you need a love reading, there's like 8 million on the channel. Also, wow, guys, you're really following me. I've really noticed the subscription, so thank you. I always appreciate it. Like I said, I enjoy my own company. I think I'm a bit of a particular blend, so there must be something about us that resonates if you like this spice blend, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, gang, well, hang tight. As my grandmother said, my grandmother loved everyone. She prayed for everyone too. But just know, I'm now picking up where she left off. Everyone's in my prayers. What I want for myself, I want for you, truly. For the whole world. And it's not just the underdogs. Because we can't get to the next stage. Nothing changes if nothing changes. While I do believe in accountability and justice, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, no one loves justice more than me. Like, I really believe in it. But I believe in restorative justice. I believe that anything and anything can be healed under the right conditions. I believe that everyone deserves that opportunity when it's met with the right conditions. Like, if anyone truly wants to be better, I believe everyone deserves that opportunity. Because that's where grace steps in. And when you see that exemplified, it changes everything. Okay, well, world, go out there. Go claim that day. Remember, you're powerful. There's nothing that we can't do, singularly or as a collective. Okay, stay blessed, stay golden.